So now that you have your tip on and it's glued and the glue's dry, you're going to take your file and you're going to start to file the tip, blending it into your natural nail. Now I'm not filing my natural nail, I'm just filing the tip to meet down into my natural nail, and I'm just blending across. And I'm just going to keep going slowly, and I'm not forgetting the sides here. And I'm just continuing to go slowly so that I don't burn myself on my natural nail plate. And I'm just going to keep blending until I feel that that's good. Once you've blended that completely, you're just going to take your alcohol and you're going to spray one more time. And I'm just using a clean wipe, and I'm just going to wipe that clean to get rid of any debris. At this point, you want to make sure that you're not going to touch the actual nail itself, because now you are preparing to put on your acrylic. So what I have here is just some dehydrator. And this one happens to be ASP Prep Clean and Dehydrate. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that to the natural nail only and allow that to dry. Now I'm ready for my primer. I'm using Something Wonderful from nailiteink.com. If you need more instructions on how to do the first part of the prep that I showed, you can go to my video on how to prep your nails, and I explained everything there. So now this nail is completely ready for application of the acrylic. I have two acrylics that I'm working with today. I'm going to be using the natural acrylic powder from DivaDC, and then I'm going to be using their Cover Pink. So what I'm going to start with for these nails, I'm going to start with the tip of the nail, and for that I'm using the natural, and then the nail bed's going to be the Cover Pink. So I'm prepping my brush. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So I'm prepping my brush. I'm just pushing that down to push out any air bubbles. I'm going to wipe it a couple times to make sure that it's clean and that I have a nice shape to the brush. I'm going to dip in the brush and slide it down once. And then I'm going to take the side that I did not slide, and I'm going to pull some acrylic, and I'm going to dip 1, 2, 3 to get the right ratio, and then I'm going to apply that to the tip. And I'm going to start working it, spreading it back and forth. Now I need a bigger ball because this is my thumb. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a second ball. And again, I'm just going to apply that right to the tip, working it side to side, bringing it down to my corners, patting it instead of, I'm just going to pat it into place. Once I have it fairly even, I'm going to go back in and perfect my smile line. You can determine how far you want your smile line to go down with this particular manicure because it's natural nails acrylic. It really doesn't matter to be too precise. I am going to add a little bit more in this corner. Once you have that, you're going to start using your Cover Pink. Now with the Cover Pink, it's a little bit different. When you grab your ball, you want to make sure that you take out any excess liquid that's inside the brush. And I'm not doing too big of balls, so if you can see. And then I'm just going to pat it on my napkin, taking out excess liquid. And that's just to make sure that the color is going to match when you put more than one ball. So I'm starting with the first one, and I'm going to work that side to side, making sure that I fill in all the way to the side, and then I'm going to feather that in. If it bleeds a little bit over this part of the nail, that's fine, because you're going to file it and it's not going to really matter. So you're just going to work that up. And then that leaves this section here, which we're going to do in a moment. Sorry, it's not focusing. So I had Megan ask me how to make sure that I don't get acrylic all over my nails. So what I do to do that is when I'm taking my pearl, I work with small pearls, especially when I'm going into this part here. And then I'm going to take out any excess liquid, and that just gives me better control of the ball. Megan, it might be that when you were working it, that your ball was too wet, and that's why you were having trouble placing it and having it go everywhere. The other thing is that I'm going to keep my nail almost straight down, and that's so that it doesn't actually drip into that part. And I'm going to pull that and blend it forward. And that's it. You're depending how thick you want it, you could add more to the tip if you want. At this point, I'm done. I'm ready to have this filed once it dries. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my nails, and then I'll be back.